Hi, I'm Susan at Rejuvenate Yoga in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand. Welcome to Rocket Yoga Session 5. Warm down and relax with your rocket. For some more relaxing warm down poses, take your rocket and turn it over so that it's rainbow side up. There's a couple of different variations we're going to play with today. You get to stay in them for as long as you want. So 5 to 10 minutes is totally fine. Longer if you prefer, or shorter if you don't have the time. So the first pose I'm going to demonstrate is Supta Virasana, where the shins are on the floor, the top of the feet are resting, and we're opening up the front of our thighs. The rocket makes this pose so much more accessible. Just adjust the position of your buttocks on the board. For someone who's very open, sliding down the board and having most of their lower body on the floor would be the pose for them. The less open you are, the higher you'll need to be on your board. If you've got knee issues, it may be okay for you to have one leg extended. If, say, your right leg has an issue and you can't bend into this pose, just have that leg extended and work into half or Ardha Supta Virasana. So as I said, stay there for as long as you feel like it, and then come out carefully. The next pose is Supta Baddha, where the feet are together and the knees are apart. So find your position on the board first with your feet flat on the floor so that you don't tip off, and then bring the soles of the feet together. I like to have my toes open, rested on the floor for balance. And if you are feeling quite steady here, it might be possible to raise the arms and have them above your head, or even cross the arms, either one direction or the other. But realise that there's not much tethering you to the earth, so you might come off to one side or the other. And then sliding down the board is another option for Supta Baddha. This allows the pose to be more stable, more accessible for beginners. And another option, a resting back bend chest opener, is just to sit here with the legs extended and the spine reclined against your rocket. Again, staying here for as long as you feel like it. Inhaling to come up. I'm going to turn around for another option of Viparita Karani, which is often done at the wall, lying down with your buttocks quite close to the edge of the board. Bring your feet to the earth and push into your feet to lift your hips up, rolling onto the tips of your shoulders, and then slide the board forward so that the end of the board just hits your shoulder blades. Hold on to the board to bring your feet up. Tilt your pelvic bones so your tailbone's working towards the ceiling, and then raise the arms here. And at this point you might be comfortable enough to let your arms go, relaxing them to the side. The legs can extend straight up towards the ceiling, or you might find it's a little bit more comfortable to have them coming more forward towards the head. There's lots of other leg variations you can work with here, taking the legs apart, holding them out there, or scissoring them forward or backward, or taking one leg down at a time. You might like to work into lotus pose here as well, if that's a pose that you're comfortable with. Or just come into your Viparita Karani and let yourself be still, allowing the eyelids to close and breathing slowly and deeply. To come out of the pose, bring the feet down onto the board, taking hold of it, and then stepping the feet onto the floor, sliding the board out from under you so that the tip is just resting at the edge of the buttocks and the whole of the upper body is on the floor. And then rest your legs over the board. Feel the release here. So you can stay here for a few breaths or longer if you prefer. And And then to come up out of the pose, bring your knees in, rolling over to the side. And from here we're going to work into the final pose of a yoga practice, which is Shavasana. A little bit of difference with our rocket. Shavasana cradled in the smile. I like to place a blanket over the board for softness and then come to sit at one end of the board, letting yourself rest back down and finding that position where the spine feels supported. My hips are quite open, so crossing my legs and resting them on the board is comfortable for me. Some people prefer to cross their legs underneath the board or to stretch their legs out on either side of the board. So just work into what feels best for you. Allow the eyes to fall closed and allow the attention to rest on the breath of the body. Resting in Shavasana for around 10% of your practice time is recommended. Many teachers would say it's the most important pose of all. And then from here, you can gently rock yourself back up into a seated position in honour of your practice. Namaste.